9 experienced hikers found dead in 30 degrees Fahrenheit weather, but they were half naked and barefoot. What made them flee their tent in terror? January 1959. The Ural Mountains in Soviet Russia. 9 university students, all expert hikers, set out on what should have been a routine winter expedition. Led by Igor Dyatlov, they were tackle the treacherous but familiar slopes of Kolatsyakal, a mountain whose name means Mountain of the Dead in the local Mansi language. For 2 weeks, their families heard nothing. When search teams finally found their abandoned tent on February 26th, what they discovered defied all logic and reason. The tent had been sliced open from the inside, not torn by wind or animals, deliberately cut with a knife by someone desperate to escape. But escape from what? Scattered footprints led away from the campsite into the frozen wilderness. Some were barefoot, others wore only socks. All were heading downhill into certain death in sub-zero temperatures. The first 2 bodies were found under a massive cedar tree, nearly a mile from the tent. They were shoeless, wearing only underwear, with severe frostbite on their hands and feet. Around the tree, investigators found broken branches 15 feet high, as if someone had frantically tried to climb it to escape something on the ground. 3 more bodies were discovered between the tree and the tent, including expedition leader Igor Dyatlov himself. They appeared to have been trying to return to their shelter, but collapsed from hypothermia along the way. But here's where this mystery gets truly terrifying. The remaining 4 hikers weren't found until May, buried under 12 feet of snow in a ravine. Unlike the others, these bodies told a horrifying story. Lyudmila had her tongue ripped out. Semyon and Nikolai had massive chest trauma, injuries so severe they were compared to being hit by a car, yet there were no external wounds. The official Soviet investigation concluded they died from a compelling natural force. But what natural force makes experienced hikers abandon their only shelter, half-dressed in deadly cold? What were they so afraid of that freezing to death seemed like the better option? Local Mansi people reported seeing strange orange orbs in the sky that night. Military personnel in the area saw unexplained lights. One investigator noted the victim's skin had an unusual orange tan, and their hair had turned gray prematurely. The evidence gets even more disturbing in part 2, dropping at 7:30 p.m. tomorrow. But first, what do you think made 9 experienced hikers flee into the frozen night? Comment your theory below, and don't forget to follow for part 2, where we reveal the radioactive evidence that changed everything.